um, talk about this video for a second really quickly and ask why are not more people talking about it, and which which side are you on, as far as, are you for what he's saying, or are you are you against what he's saying, as in, if you are for him, then why aren't more people talking about what needs to be done next and how you can help? Like, you know, I've been, talking about, simple stuff like um, creating flags, because, stuff like that has to be done eventually. Constitutions, declarations of independence, or things like that, you know. But the thing about this video is he's telling you that in order to do those things, you have to nationalize. Well, yeah, and in order to nationalize, that means that you guys have to come to a common consensus on, you know, who you are, as in, um, you just can't go before the court and say black people are suing, because legally you belong to someone else. So as long as you continue to say that you're black, which the Grand Master knows, but he uses it connotatively because he knows most people don't know. Uh, and there isn't a specific thing to say, but that we are descendants of the Portuguese slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade. We are the descendants thereof, and so it doesn't matter if you're Moor or Muslim or Christian or something. The point is that you have to nationalize, and you have to have a flag. You actually have to have a flag and a constitution. And so what I'm asking, because I'm asking the black network or the black networks, whoever picks this up. I only actually just got into watching networks, and the flynubianqueen.com is one that I was drawn to initially, and have been watching, and hope that they see this, and maybe that they can uh, discuss it more, and come up with polls and questions, about what the next move is. How do you help uh, Grandmaster Jay uh, to proceed? Now, like I said, the reason I made the video is because I want to know who is for or who is against, and only thing I'm really getting right now is people talking about voting and Kamala, and all this kind of stupid stuff. Which really, you guys, that means that you are not awake, and well, that would be, I mean, kind of most obvious, because you're not talking about what's needed next. I guess you're just thinking he's supposed to ride around with guns and free us, or shoot up people and kill people, but no, he's doing it legally, and that's what I'm afraid that nobody's appreciating and understanding. So let me go ahead and play the video, and then maybe you guys can actually help me out, um, in getting the discussion out and up, because time is really, really nigh. Like, really, it's like, what do I mean? It's closer than you think. Let's go ahead and listen, and then please comment below, and of course share this with uh, the Fly Nubian Network. Queen Amadaya and Queen Jade and Queen Vicky. Those reporters. So yeah, let's go ahead and play the video.
Nobody gets upset because there's nobody to speak up for us. And most folks don't realize that black is a color. And most folks don't realize that black is a color. Black is a color.
Okay, so what he's saying there is something you probably heard a lot of, and I hope more discussion will be on it, is that legally in the United States, because they rewrote the laws, they took the laws that were here under the Republic and changed it from a few words or so and turned it into their own. And so, as long as we live up under their statutes, their laws, their policies, then, you know, whatever happens to us is our own fault. And so, people have been preaching this for the longest, and nobody's waking up because nobody's talking about him, Grandmaster Jay, because, you know, he's done the greatest thing in freaking all time, you know. But anyway, the point is, he's saying that black is not a color, or it's actually lacking of color or something like that, more or less. But you cannot continue to live like slaves, like ignorant people. hmm Uh, if somebody tells you that, you don't look it up and don't care to know that why you are being oppressed or how your freedom is related directly to your education or your definitions, because that's basically what it is. You're living up under a code, and as long as you accept and say that I am black, and you're like, oh, who do I say I am? You don't have to. You are the descendants of a slave trade. You are a political prisoner. You are so many different things. You don't have to necessarily have like a name like Moore. You don't have to be a Moore. Of course, they themselves have recognized this and shown and proved to you guys what it takes to build a nation. And this lady at the end, she'll say the most profound thing that one could hear, and you'll hear it, and that's what you really need to pay attention to. And so, without further ado, let's continue the video because I don't want to ramble, but I want you guys to understand that you continue to talk about reparations. You cannot repair, you cannot give something to somebody who does not know who they are, or at least, even if you don't know who you are, you cannot say that I am this certain thing. And if you say that I'm a green apple when the apple's red, then you can't get the benefit of the red apple because you continue to say that you're green. You know, okay, let's go ahead and listen. Oh.
You're black. Black is not a country. Black is not a country. Black is not a country.
So collectively, you guys keep calling yourself black, black, black. That's not a country. What are you gonna say? Descendants? Descend? You can't say we're just. I mean, what? That's what. That's probably the conflict. The conflict is who do we say we are? Well, we are descendant. We know facts. What are facts? Put those facts together and conclude. You know, we know that we are descendants, uh, and we know of from which place we came from, and really we could be, you know, suing for just that fact that they are withholding information, you know, from us, who we are, you know. It's just so much stuff behind claiming to be black, claiming to be a continued slave, living in servitude, you know, accepting the law. You guys are accepting the law. The law is, if you say that I'm black, then you get treated this way. You get no, you're not part and parcel of the, you're not part of the government and voting. Voting doesn't, you know, you're not part of a, come on guys, wake up. Let's listen to this guy.
Therefore, you can't get reparations. So therefore, you can't get reparations, or you can't get reparations because reparations are paid to a country. Because reparations are paid to a country. They can't get restitutions because restitutions are paid to a country. They can't get restitutions because restitutions are paid to a country. You can't get any type of human rights
You can't get anything because you're still walking around talking about you're black, Negro, or colored, and you know, like I said, you are a descendant. You are a political prisoner. Your identity has been hidden from you. That can be the starting point of the reparations. Is that simple fact there? You know, we want to know who we are, who where we come from. I mean, so many different angles. That's not the angle that he wants to go at. He just, says let's go ahead and build a nation. Of course, we still have to come together, and we can't say that we're black because the Europeans took that name and labeled us with it already. It's just like copyright infringement. You can't use this color and claim that you're this because I got it copyrighted basically. So if you do use it, then I get paid for it. It's the same principle. So let's go ahead and listen to him some more.
Assistance from the UN because that's done for countries. So the 45 to 50 million black folks in the United States, not counting all the melanin ones in Haiti, down in the Bahamas, all down through Guyana, all those folks, we're going to put them to the side because they was dropped off first in the Portuguese slave trade. Those ones who are here in the United States that are afraid of what we're doing don't seem to realize that the ultimate goal is not just to fight racism. It's not just to stand.
Okay, so you guys keep talking about racism and white supremacy and stuff and like that, and it's not that. They are saying to you guys that you guys won't wake up. You guys keep calling yourself what we expect you to call, what we trained you to call yourselves, and until you can stop saying that, then you are gonna be subject to the plight thereof. Okay, let's go.
Stand up to police brutality. The ultimate goal is the declaration of all 50 million of us as an ethno-nation within this nation that are political prisoners of the Atlantic slave trade and have the UN say to the United States, what are you going to do for them? If you're not going to give them a space to determine their own destiny and make amends for what you did to them for 246 years and then.
Okay, my OBS kind of stopped working, so I had to pick back up. I think I'm about right where I left off. So let's continue. Sorry.
Ultimate goal is the declaration of all 50 million of us as an ethno-nation within this nation that are political prisoners of the Atlantic slave trade and have the UN say to the United States, what are you going to do for them? If you're not going to give them a space to determine their own destiny and make amends for what you did to them for 246 years and then prior to that 400 years in the Portuguese slave trade, then you must not stop them from exiting your country to go somewhere to build their own ethno-nation. And I'm pretty sure from what I'm seeing, there's a whole bunch of us that have had enough of this, that are ready to go somewhere where we can determine our own destiny. And then as a
Okay, so right there, that's one thing. A whole bunch of us who've had but a lot of people who've had were fed up basically, and that's what I'm asking the black media to talk about, or the black media that I watch. I'm not. I don't have a wide base of. I don't. It's a selective group of people that I listen to. But anyways, yes, the black media I'm talking about is flatniggerqueen.com. Their network of people. They actually have a lawyer that they talk to that she never talks about this, and I would like her to talk about it, baby. All of them. Get some polls out, get some interaction, some questions up, because people are just walking around blank, saying I'm black and asking for reparations for black people. Well, they can give you nothing, whatever they want. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish the video.
country, we can sit at the table and say to the United States,
the fact that nationhood is required before reparations can even be paid.
Okay, that's it. She's saying that that's the whole gist of it, guys. That's why I wanted to make this video, is basically ask you guys to talk about this a little bit.
Upset because there's nobody to speak
Nation building. It's not gonna take like 20 years or 10 years. You know how long it'll take to actually build a nation, you guys? I mean, apparently not. I mean, I hope I'm some help, because I'm trying to help me too. So don't think that I am arrogant and snide and rude and thank goodness I'm not like doing that now. But yeah, yeah, nation. You know, overnight, literally in 12 hours, you guys could sign a petition or sign a piece of paper, all coming together, presenting it to him, Grandmaster Jay, of course, and letting him present it to uh, the president or the UN, as he suggested. I'm only saying the president as in that we modify ourselves initially from here as a nation, you know, instantly, overnight. It just takes what, I don't know, a few thousand uh, signatures under a flag and a name, descendants of the diaspora of the Portuguese. I don't know, you guys. That's why I'm making the video. I'm asking questions because I mean we're at the point where if you're part of the NFAC, things are gonna change, and you're gonna and there's so many bright people that I see that I don't want to be left behind for lack of understanding, and so that's why I'm making the video. Is I guess it's still selfish motives. Uh, you know, there's a flash out again, but I think I'm being hacked mostly because uh, they don't like us, and that's another discussion. Please, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short. That's all I really want to say is please talk about this more, get some interactions. You could nation build is nothing but everybody coming to a common consensus inside of a piece of paper and presenting it either here or there. You know, it standing on those principles of the paper that you or we drew up overnight. Come on, guys. It's not difficult. Okay, gotta go because this thing is really cutting. Oh man.